What secrets lie frozen beneath Antarctica's icy wilderness? Long before it became a land of endless ice, this continent teemed with colossal reptiles, ancient predators, and bizarre creatures unlike anything alive today. Today, we journey back through time to uncover 7 extraordinary animals that once ruled prehistoric Antarctica's wild frontier. 1. Mega penguin, Palaeeudyptes klekowskii. First up is the incredible mega penguin, Palaeeudyptes klekowskii, the largest penguin species ever discovered. It lived during the Eocene, around 37 to 40 million years ago, when Antarctica was not yet an icy wasteland, but a much warmer land covered in forests and surrounded by thriving seas. This penguin could grow up to 2 meters tall and weigh about 115 kilograms, nearly double the size of today's emperor penguin. Fossils found on Seymour Island in Antarctica revealed its massive bones, proving that penguins once reached astonishing sizes. Despite its bulk, the mega penguin's body shape resembled modern penguins, built for streamlined swimming and deep diving. It was an expert hunter of fish, squid, and other marine life, using powerful flippers to propel itself through the water. Its size likely allowed it to dive deeper and stay underwater longer than smaller penguins, giving it a big advantage in catching prey. The mega penguin's existence shows that penguins have a long evolutionary history in Antarctica, thriving when the continent had a mild climate. This giant seabird highlights just how different Antarctica once was, a land where penguins were not only survivors, but giants ruling the seas. 2. Litopterns. Next are the Litopterns, a remarkable group of mammals that lived from the late Cretaceous all the way to the Pleistocene, disappearing only about 10,000 years ago. They were native to South America, a continent that remained isolated for millions of years, giving rise to unusual animal lineages found nowhere else. Litopterns were highly diverse. Some species were as small as deer, while others were as large as modern horses or camels. At first glance, they looked strikingly similar to horses, camels, or antelopes, but they were not related. Instead, they evolved these features independently through a process known as convergent evolution. These mammals were herbivores, adapted to grazing and browsing in grasslands, forests, and open plains. One famous genus, Macrauchenia, had a long neck and nostrils positioned high on its skull, leading scientists to believe it may have had a small trunk or flexible snout. This unusual adaptation probably helped it feed on leaves or detect scents. Fossil evidence shows that the last Litopterns survived into the late Ice Age and lived alongside early humans in South America. Their extinction was likely due to a combination of human hunting and climate shifts. They remain one of South America's most fascinating lost groups. 3. Astrapotheres. Now, let's look at the Astrapotheres, another strange family of South American mammals that lived from the Paleocene to the Miocene, roughly 60 to 10 million years ago. These animals were part of South America's unique evolutionary experiment, shaped by millions of years of isolation from other continents. Astrapotheres were large, heavy-bodied herbivores, growing up to 3 meters long. Their appearance was unusual, with short legs, massive bodies, and long, tusk-like canine teeth. Some species may have even had a small trunk, similar to that of a tapir or elephant, which would have been useful for feeding on vegetation. Their lifestyle is thought to have been partly aquatic. Many paleontologists believe they lived like modern hippos, spending much of their time in rivers and wetlands, using their tusks and strong jaws to feed on soft plants. Fossils of Astrapotherium, one of the best-known genera, have been found in Argentina and other regions of South America. These animals represent the strange and diverse mammals that flourished before South America connected with North America. When new predators and competitors arrived, groups like the Astrapotheres eventually disappeared. Today, they stand as a reminder of South America's long history of evolutionary isolation. 4. Terror birds, Forus racidae. Next are the terrifying terror birds, one of the most fearsome predators South America ever produced. These giant, flightless birds lived from the Paleocene to the Pleistocene, around 62 to 1.8 million years ago. Standing between 1 and 3 meters tall, they towered over most other animals in their environment. Their most striking feature was a massive, hooked beak shaped like an axe. With powerful neck muscles, they could deliver devastating blows to prey, often killing with a single strike. Unlike modern ostriches or emus, terror birds were carnivores, designed for speed and precision hunting. They were fast runners, possibly reaching speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour, which allowed them to chase down small and medium-sized animals across open landscapes. For millions of years, they dominated South America as apex predators. They thrived during a time when the continent was isolated, facing little competition from mammalian carnivores. That changed during the Great American Interchange about 3 million years ago, when northern predators like big cats and bears migrated south. Slowly, terror birds lost their ecological dominance. Still, their reign highlights the unique evolutionary experiments of South America's isolation, proving that birds, too, could become top land predators in prehistoric ecosystems. 5. Basilosaurus. Then comes Basilosaurus, one of the earliest and strangest whales to ever swim Earth's oceans. It lived during the Eocene epoch, between 40 and 34 million years ago. Despite its name, which means king lizard, Basilosaurus was not a reptile at all, but a fully aquatic mammal. This ancient whale could grow up to 18 meters long, with an unusually slender serpent-like body. Unlike modern whales with stocky frames, Basilosaurus looked more eel-like, with elongated vertebrae giving it a snake-like appearance. It still carried tiny hind legs, about 60 centimeters long, remnants from its land-dwelling ancestors. These limbs were useless for walking, but may have helped during mating. Basilosaurus was a fierce marine predator. Its powerful jaws were filled with sharp teeth, ideal for ripping into large fish and even other marine mammals. Fossil evidence shows bite marks on smaller whales, suggesting it hunted them too. With its streamlined body, it likely swam with an undulating motion, cutting through warm Eocene seas that once covered parts of North America, South America, and Africa. The discovery of Basilosaurus was initially mistaken for a giant reptile fossil. Only later did scientists realize it was one of the earliest true whales, a crucial link in whale evolution from land to sea. 6. Cryolophosaurus. Finally, we turn to Cryolophosaurus, a dinosaur that once ruled Antarctica during the early Jurassic, about 190 million years ago. Measuring 6 to 7 meters long, it was a large carnivorous theropod and the first big predator ever discovered on the frozen continent. What made Cryolophosaurus stand out was the unusual crest running across its head, shaped almost like a swept-back wave or pompadour hairstyle. Scientists believe the crest was not a weapon, but a display structure, possibly used for attracting mates or intimidating rivals. Its sharp teeth and strong jaws, however, made it a deadly hunter. During its time, Antarctica was not the icy desert we know today. Instead, it was covered in forests, with a much milder climate that supported a range of plant life and dinosaurs. Cryolophosaurus was likely the top predator in this environment, feeding on herbivorous dinosaurs and smaller reptiles. Its discovery in the early 1990s shocked paleontologists because few expected to find large dinosaurs in Antarctica. The find also revealed how widely theropods had spread across the ancient supercontinent. Cryolophosaurus remains an iconic symbol of prehistoric Antarctica, showing that even the coldest, most remote places on Earth once teemed with giant life. 7. Lystrosaurus. Finally, we travel back over 250 million years to meet Lystrosaurus, a remarkable survivor of one of Earth's most catastrophic events, the Permian mass extinction. This squat, tusked creature measured between 1 and 2.5 meters long and looked unlike any modern animal. With a beak-like mouth and a sturdy barrel-shaped body, Lystrosaurus was a synapsid, a group that bridges the evolutionary gap between reptiles and early mammals. Lystrosaurus was a plant-eating burrower, digging underground to escape predators and harsh weather. Its robust limbs and strong shoulders allowed it to dig effectively, creating tunnels for shelter and possibly for raising its young. These adaptations helped it survive in climates that were often hot, dry, and unstable during the late Permian and early Triassic periods. What makes Lystrosaurus especially extraordinary is its dominance after the mass extinction. Fossils show that in some regions, it made up as much as 90% of all land vertebrates, highlighting how resilient and adaptable this species was. It thrived in Antarctica and other parts of the supercontinent Gondwana, feeding on low-lying vegetation and likely moving in small groups. The story of Lystrosaurus reminds us of nature's resilience and the incredible ability of life to recover, even after near total devastation. Its success as a survivor provides valuable insight into evolutionary survival strategies. What can these 7 prehistoric animals teach us about Antarctica's lost worlds and the resilience of life? The mega penguin, Palaeeudyptes klekowskii, shows that Antarctica was once warm and rich, allowing penguins to grow to giant sizes and hunt expertly in ancient seas. Litopterns reveal how isolated continents foster unique evolution, producing mammals that looked like horses or camels, but were entirely unrelated, some surviving into the era of early humans. Astrapotheres highlight evolutionary creativity, with massive bodies, tusks, and possible trunks adapted for semi-aquatic plant-eating lifestyles. Terror birds demonstrate that birds, too, could become apex predators, combining speed and lethal beaks to dominate their environment. Basilosaurus illustrates the transition from land to sea, evolving into one of the earliest giant marine predators. Cryolophosaurus proves that even ancient Antarctica supported formidable carnivorous dinosaurs in milder climates. Finally, Lystrosaurus exemplifies resilience, thriving when nearly all other land vertebrates perished after the Permian mass extinction. Together, these creatures reveal Earth's extraordinary diversity and adaptability. They remind us that life can evolve in unexpected ways, survive extreme conditions, and dominate ecosystems across millions of years. Studying these lost animals not only fascinates us, but also deepens our understanding of evolution, survival strategies, and the remarkable resilience of nature through time. If you enjoyed this journey through prehistoric Antarctica, give this video a like. And if you're fascinated by the mysteries of Earth's ancient creatures, subscribe for more stories from the wild, the strange, and the extraordinary. Which of these 7 animals do you think had the most incredible survival skills? Or is there another prehistoric creature you wish we could bring to life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, the history of life on Earth is still full of surprises. Stay curious, keep exploring, and never stop uncovering the secrets frozen in time.